Hello, and yet another warm welcome to my Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time each week when I talk about some different topic relating to executive career management. This is episode number 97. Yes, we're getting up to triple figures very shortly. So, episode number 97 of Tuesdays at 2. Now, if you have a topic regarding anything to do with your career management, resume, CVs, personal branding, how to connect with recruiters, interview tips, or anything, please tell me that you would like me to shoot a video or have a Tuesdays at 2 on, and I'm more than happy to do that for you. So today's topic is 5 interview tips. You get to the end, you're close to the end, you're being called for the interview. You get nervous, you get excited, you've had an onerous job search. Don't upset the cart now. You only get one chance to create that first impression, and that impression could generate a job offer. So, interview tips 5 plus a bonus. So, stay to the end and I will give you one bonus tip. So, my first tip is be prepared. Do your research into the company, do your research into the interviewer. When you get the call for the interview, call the HR or the executive recruiter and ask who's going to be doing the actual interview. Then Google them and also go on LinkedIn. And you might find something that's a great topic of conversation to do with that interview. It doesn't matter who they are. You need to do your research. Research that company inside up, inside out, upside down. The more research you do, the better it's going to be for you. So, number one, be prepared and do your research. Number two, this might seem common sense to you, but turn up on time. I cannot believe the number of interviewers when I'm networking, HR professionals and executive recruiters who tell me that the candidates scheduled for that interview at 2 p.m. turn up at 2:10 p.m. Well, instantly you have gone. What does that tell the person at the other end, the career decision maker? That you are unreliable. Now, if you're going to have an in person interview and it's a long way, you perhaps need to do a dry run. Go on the train or the bus or whatever and see how long it's going to take you. Then add a lot of extra time. It's always best to be early than it is late. So turn up on time. For God's sake, it's quite easy. It's very, very simple. Also, be acutely aware of your attire. Wear what is appropriate. Now, if you're on virtual communications, it's okay to dress down somewhat, a little bit down. But when you're in person, dress what you think is the most appropriate attire. You can always ask somebody in that company where you're interviewing offline, off the recruitment line, through LinkedIn with them, network with them. Ask them what the attire is expected when you do the interview. So, number two, turn up on time and have the correct clothing, the correct attire. And also introduce yourself with enthusiasm, that good handshake, smile, look good, look smart, look excited. So, number two, turn up on time, attire. Number three, ask questions. Excuse me. An interview is a two-way street. So many people leave the interview and they've never asked one question. Well, it's a two-way street. It's a meeting of the minds between you, the candidate, and the interviewer, and vice versa. Ask the interviewer some questions. Come prepared. Again, do your research. So ask questions. It's a two-way street. Number three. Number four. This is common sense as well, but people don't do it. Practice, practice, practice. This is a First impression, you only get one chance, so don't mess it up. Practice, practice, practice. Practice your deportment. Use a mirror to look at how you answer questions. Get a friend, do a mock interview. But practice, practice, practice. Yes, I know that interviewing can be very scary. We all get nerves, it's human nature. But the more you rehearse, you practice, the better it's going to be for you. So, number 4, practice, practice, practice. Number 5, this is your chance to convince the hiring authorities, the interviewers, that you are the number one candidate. So make and deliver a very compelling, very striking, engaging proposition that they will want to put you in the number one spot after they've gone through that interview phase. So make and deliver a very compelling proposition. Sell yourself. Be confident of who you are. What is your value? What is the value you will bring ABC company or XYZ company? So, number 5, make and deliver a compelling proposition. So, let's run through all those again, and I'll give you the bonus. Number 1, be prepared, do your research. Number 2, turn up on time and have the correct clothing, the correct attire. Number 3, ask questions. This is a two-way street. Number 4, practice, practice, practice. And number 5, make and deliver a compelling proposition. Now, I forgot to mention, somebody has got some questions. Aldo again, how are you? And number 5, before I answer Aldo's question, bonus. Don't be distracted by things going on around you in the interview. And also, this is unbelievable. And I hear this so many times. People haven't turned their cell phone off when they go into the interview and they let it ring. But even worse, this is crazy. I cannot understand. People pick up the phone and answer that cell phone during the interview. This is not appropriate. So never, ever pick up the phone. Turn your cell phone off. If you're a woman, put your handbag down on the floor and forget about it until it's the exit. So Aldo's got a question here. What kind of questions would you recommend? Oh my gosh. Wow, this is a long so ask questions about where they would see you in a few years' time or even a few months' time. Ask questions about the culture. What is the culture? What do they talk about around the water cooler? Now we're all back virtually back in the office, in the facility, the company's facility. Ask what they talk about around the water cooler. But you should have also done your research about what they talk about. What is your compelling proposition? Well, everybody has a different compelling proposition, but it's your personal brand. What value, what is your differentiator? What value, Aldo, do you bring over everybody else? So that's a really good question. What is your compelling proposition? Everybody has a different compelling proposition, but try and match your proposition to what their corporate culture and their vision, their mission, understand their vision and mission. Each company has a vision and mission is, and try and match your proposition to that. So hopefully that's answered your question, Aldo. Thanks very much for asking questions. You come on every week. They're great questions. Anybody got any other questions before we call it quits? Because I'm more than happy to answer any question. But Aldo, if you want me to do a video on a particular topic or anybody else listening, please put it in the comments, and I will either shoot a video and put it on my YouTube channel specifically to answer your question, or I will do a Tuesdays at 2 specifically for that topic that's probably on your mind and you want some more information. So I'm more than happy to help you and shoot a video, or a Tuesdays at 2 specific to your particular question. So that wraps it up for this week. My next week, my next Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern time will be two peers have recently been promoted. I feel ignored. Two peers have recently been promoted. I feel ignored. So anybody got any other questions? Yes, although I've got your resume, please send me a couple of times when it's convenient to speak. So anybody want a free, no obligation resume CV critique? I'm willing to give you 30 minutes of my time. I go through your resume from top to bottom, but I tell it as it is because you only get one kick of the can. Or anybody want a LinkedIn audit? There again, I go through it from top to bottom. So, and also go to my YouTube channel where I have a wealth, many videos about career management, the overall career management. And I'll be happy to shoot some for you on a particular topic if you don't find them on my YouTube channel. But please go and subscribe to my YouTube channel and press the bell button where you will be notified of any particular videos that I'm shooting coming down the pipeline. So it's been a great day. Thanks very much. Anybody got any other questions? If not, I will see you here hopefully next Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern, when I will talk about the topic of two peers have recently been promoted. I feel ignored. Companies, Martin, I've heard of a new trend. Companies paying you to interview. Companies paying you, I've never ever heard of that. And that was, I don't know, there's something fishy about that. I know we're on a skill shortage and they want talent, but to pay you to go in and interview, I'm going to do some further investigation in it because I've never had it and I think it's highly unethical anyway, but I've never heard of that, and it would, I don't know. It's not good. That just makes me feel uncomfortable. So I wouldn't go that route, Aldo. And so hopefully I will see you here next Tuesday, 2 p.m. for another Tuesday at 2. Have a great week.